We've talked about the best. Time to talk about the worst. This is the top 5 worst films of 2025. Keep in mind, I didn't see quite as many movies last year, so there might be some on a lot of worst lists out there that probably won't be on mine. For example, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 isn't on my list. But with that information, I hope you stick with me and enjoy the video. So, here we go. Number 5, a Minecraft movie. This video game movie comedy fails to do both. While yes, it might have some cool Minecraft stuff in it for the fans, the comedy aspect is what sinks this film hard. Some of the characters are just annoying or stock and don't add anything that new or different or even that funny. And even the video game stuff is more confusing and unexplained than it is, world building like a good movie should do. This is just a movie that might have its fans, but I'm certainly not going to be one. Number 4, Megan 2.0. This was a big disappointment this year. I'm a really big fan of the first film, and this one just let me down. This was a tonally inconsistent film that promised a lot, but it delivered very, very little. It might have had a few moments of creativity, but it wasn't enough to save it. Number 3, Jurassic World Rebirth. This is just an example of a franchise that needs to be extinct. It has ideas that have been stale from 3 movies ago. It adds nothing new that we haven't already seen from this franchise. And despite maybe a few slight differences from its predecessors, it just is a pointless film that didn't need to be made or be seen on the big screen. Number 2, Flight Risk, one of the least thrilling movies I saw this year. And this is a year where I had 2 movies on my best list that were thrillers. This was a boring, unthrilling mess. From Mark Wahlberg in an unconvincing bald cap to Topher Grace shouting one-liners and a decent performance from the lead actress, but even she wasn't enough to save this mess of a movie. And if Mel Gibson's going to direct something like this, he really should know better. I mean, for God's sake, the man's directed much better movies than this. Go watch those instead. And my number 1 pick for the worst film of 2025 is the SpongeBob movie, A Search for SquarePants. Now, I grew up with SpongeBob, so I'm going to be critical of anything that he's in and see if it holds up to the standard that I have. This film clearly did not do that because it's my number 1. This is another example, kind of like Megan 2.0, of a lot of potential but delivers very little. We could get into some origins or get to know some of the new characters that are being introduced. But instead, we just get zany antics because that's what the kids want to watch, right? Right? Yeah, at least that's what the movie thinks. Even with a decent voice acting performance by Mark Hamill and Rebecca Hall, there's really nothing else to recommend in this movie. This is pretty down there, but it's not as bad as Sponge on the Run or the Sandy Cheeks movie. It's slightly above those, but not by that much. And that's my list of the worst films of 2025. Now that that's over with, let's talk about, in the next video, the most anticipated films of 2025. I hope to see you there. Take care.